Hi, everyone. Mitch from PickDogs.com here with Jay Briggs, back from the darkness. What is the Great Texas Power Outage? And, of course, Chris Ruffalo having a little discussion behind the scenes about the drive-through and how Tony always throws it to us and says, what are you selling today? And then I was, some of the guys just say, like for me, I just say, I got some picks for sale, whatever. Say, package, whatever. Sometimes I go on about what we're doing at Pick Dogs, talk about the merch, whatever. But it's like one thing I never say to anybody on any of my videos. I might say subscribe to our channel if you want to, smash the like, but I never say sign up for notifications, man. Because to be honest, I don't have notifications on for our channel. I'm subscribed to our channel, but I don't have notifications for our channel because to me, it's like we produce too much content for that. It's like that's good for the people that post like a video a week or one video a day or something, But it's like I think when you have as much as we do, wow, you got one right. Wow, Prop King got one right. Congratulations, man! Finally, oh man, all that losing, man. You gotta just tell us about what happened yesterday. Jay, have you gotten any games right? You want to just tell us all the games you've gotten right? Started October of last year with the NBA. Started the NBA season. Oh, there was opening night on ring night. That was ring night's always a good night to bet. And then, of course, there was the in-season tournament. Jay was there screaming at Halliburton the whole time. Betting on him.
Yes, I was.
Then there was the Super Bowl. Had the Chiefs. That one against the Niners.
Oh boy.
Then there was the Clippers series. Then there was the anti-Clippers post All-Star break games.
I know the Clippers had that run, man, before the All-Star break, man. They thought they was on top of the world.
We don't care. We don't care about yesterday. It's basically the moral of the story is we don't care about yesterday. We care less, man.
Recap.
You want to go talk about your winners, man? You're more than welcome to go to one of our competitors and stuff up their comments. Talk about their winners. As a matter of fact, you can talk about our winners too. Some guy left a comment. Oh my God, man! My 7 free picks video always has like. This is why people hate me. I think well, there's probably other reasons, but I think I pick up a lot of haters on my 7 free picks videos because I'm always like, these aren't my picks. They come from the betting tools. Because you said Dodgers here, you said Mets on this one. You said, it's like, because those picks come from the betting tools. Then there's always one ass wipe that comes in. Like 90% of our audience will usually come back in and they'll back me and they'll say, he says these come from the betting tools. Like 18 times in this video. Because like at first I used to just say it once or twice. Now I say it almost every single pick. The betting tools say take, right? And then it's like, well, he just says the betting tools pick. So this way he doesn't have to take ownership of actually ever giving out any of his own free picks. It's like, what the hell are you talking about, man? It's like me, Chris, Jay, not only do we each do videos every day giving out free picks on games of our own opinion, we also do this show where we go through the whole card. It's like, and then once again, I'm the asshole. It's like Mitch is the asshole again. So I don't know, man. I can never win. Never can win.
Never. Yeah, there's no winning in YouTube.
There's no winning in YouTube comments, man. If there was winning in YouTube comments, we would have already had about 20 million subscribers or more because we would have had the YouTube channel the whole way. But, I didn't do YouTube for years. I get offered video deals all the time to move off of YouTube. And I've taken a lot of them over the years because I don't want to deal with the YouTube comments because I think in order to comment on YouTube videos, you should be accountable. You should have to show your driver's license, man. And that is your picture on your account. Something like that. It's like bullshit. Unaccountable bullshit. I'm all about accountability. Welcome back, Jay. We did miss Jay. You missed him.
Good to be back.
Did you miss Chris the most? You missed Hawk Wednesday.
I know, Mr. Romanelli, Hawk Wednesday. It's all good.
You missed the Mavericks, the game they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay didn't miss me too much.
I know. I got on with playback with Ruffalo.
Yep.
Well,
And that's what started the downhill.
And all hell broke loose.
So anyway, I followed Ruffalo on the drive-through last night. He gave out Yankees like minus a million runs. I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
I still don't believe in Tyler Anderson, but
I know, but the Angels are like, I mean, they're the cover machines of the run line.
No.
14 to 15 on the run line, something like that. It's crazy, man. Oh well. We got baseball action today. And, what did Imanaga's ERA go up to after yesterday? It's certainly not at the .84 anymore.
I think it went to 193.
Wow, up a full run. That's when you have those really low numbers. It doesn't take much to move the needle. You're right, because 7 runs, even if you disperse that across 9 innings, it's still
186.
186.
So 1.02, his ERA went up in one game. It was imminent. What does the ERA have to get to for the bit to die?
4.
4 ERA for the bit to die.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we can root him to a 4 then. Not taking the bit. One of my least favorite bits. I know everyone has can't stand it. Can't stand it. Any Cubs related bit that isn't fuck the Cubs, I hate. Tony had the poll last night on the drive-thru, and I'm on too. It's like, A for the Cubs, B or A for the Brewers, B for the Cubs, C for the over, D for the under. I'm like, how about F? As in fuck the Cubs, man. I hate the Cubs. Can't stand them.
Yes, sir.
Someone said in the comments, it's just hard to bet against the Timberwolves right now. Actually, it's really not that hard. Chris, knock.
Who's there?
Mavericks.
Mavericks who?
Mavericks are going to kick the dog shit out of the Timberwolves tonight. I would lay alternate on that thing, man. I love the YouTube comments when they always say, I got a feeling that the Mavericks are going to kick the shit out of them tonight.
Let's see. Let's not talk about knock.
Who's there?
But yeah, no, it's going to be a good one tonight.
All right.
I wonder if Jorge Lopez is the first domino to fall in New York now that he's probably going to get cut after that reaction yesterday. Probably laughing for a good 2-3 hours after that.
So what happened right there?
He got ejected for something. He threw his glove in the stands because he was frustrated. And then after the game, he said he's playing for the worst team in baseball.
Oh yeah, I mean, is he lying?
I mean,
they're not the worst team in baseball.
They're not the worst team, but it's like it's frustrating. I don't know how many they've lost. It's like
when you in that dugout, it probably feel like it, especially with the amount of eyeballs on that team. It's still the Mets, so shit.
Yeah. They've dropped 7 of 8 and 13 of 16.
Yeah, worst team in baseball.
I've been on some runs like that before. That's for sure.
Did you throw your gloves in the stands?
That was my month of April.
I've been on a few of those.
That's how I started April, man.
It's like, oh man.
It take them runs to appreciate the good ones, though. It really do.
Oh, definitely. And the thing is like, I have a different style than everybody else. So it's like, I know, man, I have probably 10 games that if I would have just given out the pick a little less aggressively, it would be a different situation a lot of times. Like all those Pacers, I took them all money line. They covered the spread in 3 of the games, right? So it's like I would have been 3-1 instead of 0-4. Totally different story. And then, same thing with the Heat in a couple of those, at least in one of them, I would have had it. And then, a lot of these run lines, they don't come through too. But then the other side is, if they lose outright, I don't take the beating on the other side of it. You take the run line. Speaking of run lines, we got an 8-game card today. Let's get right into it. Tampa Bay versus Oakland. Man, I was looking at tomorrow's card. The A's are playing the Braves. It's like those teams don't play each other. It's like that doesn't make any sense. The A's and the Braves. It's like I'm sorry. That game. I'm sorry you're not playing tomorrow. Twins against the Royals. Me and Ruffalo both had the Royals as our top play yesterday with Seth Lugo on the bump. Pitched well. Gave up that early run. It was like, oh no, and then Bobby Witt Jr. said yes. The Brewers, fresh off that ass whooping Imanaga. Oh, they were whooping it up, ass slapping and high fiving about it as well. And that last home run that he gave up, holy crap, was that a moon blast?
Yeah, that was goddamn.
Little too much of the plate on that one. Colin Rea versus Jameson Taillon, who is kind of he is quietly kind of like a Drew Rosen or a what's his name? Drew Rosen? Is that his name? Quarterback?
Who?
The UCLA guy.
Josh Rosen?
Josh Rosen, that's it. Taillon is kind of my Josh Rosen. Pays for all this shit. Sucks. He just sucks. The beauty of Taillon is that it's like him and like Glasnow, they get odds like they don't suck. Glasnow's even better, but Taillon they're all these former Pirates pitchers, they all have that Pirates link, Taillon, Glasnow. It's like he came through the Pirates organization. It's crazy that the Pirates organization's best former pitcher is Trevor Williams. Jay, welcome back. What do you think of these 3 gems?
Muted.
Let me get I'm gonna take Taillon. I know.
Oh God.
I know.
I forbid you.
No.
Oh, come on, Jay. Just
no
way.
Yeah.
Go back. You're way rusty, man, at this.
No, I'm not. I'm hot as fish grease, to be honest. It's kind of doing things like this, just going against the grain.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing, man. When you're hitting 84% over the past week, that's the time to say nothing, because the odds of you staying at 84% are this. Zip.
I know, but
zero chance.
This one's not necessarily a premium, but hey, I kind of want to go against the grain here. We all saw Imanaga get his ass crushed yesterday. Everybody and their mama saw that. The Brewers hitting well. The Brewers, they finna come and do the same thing to Taillon. And watch Taillon finna come here and throw a gem. It's just how it goes. It's baseball.
Sucks, Jay. He's terrible.
It's baseball.
Terrible, man.
It's just the way of the land.
It is not the way of the land. He's gonna get his ass kicked.
His numbers aren't actually as bad as Mitch.
They're heinous. Throughout his career, they're embarrassing. His career numbers are embarrassing. He is a doormat. He is horrific. He's a batting practice pitcher on his best day. He stinks.
Hey, all I'm saying is, look, I'm not rushing to bet the Brewers today. If I were to bet this game, personally, I would be on that plus 105 with Tally. Is all I'm saying. I would not rush to bet the Brewers after they just lit up Imanaga.
I feel ill.
I know.
Listening to it. Hearing that.
I'm on the Cubbies, man. That A's-Rays game, I'm not in love with. If I were to play it, it would probably be just like a parlay piece and take the Rays. In that one, it's kind of like, we know who the Rays are at home. We know they're going to win a good amount of home games this season. You just got to kind of pencil it in. And this kind of just feels like one of those spots, day games, A's way across country down there in Tampa. It just doesn't seem like a great spot or situation for Oakland is all I'm saying. This just seems like a typical Tampa Bay at-home win. Y'all know I hate the Rays. Everybody knows that. I hate them. But I think this is a spot where they get a dub. So not in love with the price, but I'll take Tampa. Them the two I like here. That Royals Twins kind of scares me.
I'm scared of the Royals Twins. It gives me nightmares. I'm scared. I wrote the Royals Twins. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of the Royals Twins. Chris, you scared of the Royals Twins?
Man, I missed out, man.
So afraid. Chris, don't turn the lights out over there at Jay's house again. Seeing things and it's like, did you see it? That was the Royals Twins.
Jason, you're like, lights are on. I see clearly now.
Did you see that? I think it was the Royals Twins. No.
I'm gonna take
bed. The Royals Twins are under my bed. It's Paddock too. Oh shit.
Well, okay, I'll get to that. I'll get to that one in a second. But I'm gonna take the over 8 in that Cubs Brewers game. Tyone, his last 3 starts, a 5.02 ERA, almost a whip just under 2. And Colin Ray, it's a 7.20 ERA, a 1.8 whip. And then when you get to the bullpens, over the last week, Chicago's bullpen, 3rd highest ERA in baseball, 8. Milwaukee's still around 3.5, so I'll take the over 8 in that one.
Did you take yesterday?
I think I took the under, and that worked out like a peach. Yeah, I just because my concern for Imanaga was that the Cubs didn't give him any run support, and
yeah, well, he was due. He was due.
I see. I don't believe in pitchers being due, or I don't believe in anybody being due. But yeah, I mean, it was just like he hadn't had one yet. We hadn't seen how the extra rest was going to affect him. I think we were talking about it, in our little group chat. Kosty said it was like, he was in rhythm, and then they threw that extra skip through the rotation for him, and it kind of threw him off. So.
Yeah, but Craig Counsell's supposed to be a genius when it comes to managing the pitching rotation, and that's his whole shtick. That's his whole thing. That Craig Counsell is this manager of the century when it comes to managing the pitching staff. That's what he's known for. That's like item number 1 on his resume. That's like his MO. That's his everything, is that he's known for managing the pitching staff. That is what he's known for. So Kosty knows more than him? I don't think so. I mean, I think Counsell's a shit stain. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, let's call a Cubs manager a Cubs manager. But the thing is,
I thought he was due. You know what I mean? Sometimes you do.
No, he doesn't have that good of stuff, and the Brewers were just sitting on it. These guys, man, the phenom guys, when they come up, eventually these scouting reports, Tony T will talk about this all day with you. Eventually, those scouting reports will get you, man. Eventually, they will get you. And unless you throw like Skeens type stuff, man, they're going to get you.
You're due.
He doesn't have like Skeens type stuff.
You're due, man. Everybody in baseball has a day where, like Bohm, I thought Bohm, did y'all see Bohm, what he said yesterday? I kind of agree with him, man. Sometimes you're just going to be ass. It's just when you play 162, some days you're just not going to have it, bro. I know people don't want to hear that, but even when we do, bro, some days you just ain't got it.
Yep. Some days it's just not your day. But I don't think it's that. I think we're going to see a full out regression here from Imanaga all the way on home.
So you think full season long he's going to?
Oh, he's done. He got undressed.
I think he's still going to be one of the best in baseball, but
No, his answer was to go to the heater, and we saw where that went, and that went into about as far as you could possibly humanly hit a baseball in that stadium. And that was his answer. You know, it was like they got all his gimmicky bullshit, and they were knocking it all over the park, and then he reared back and threw his best pitch, and we'll
see how he shake out.
That one almost landed in Chicago from Milwaukee.
That's the one hype train I really didn't jump on. You were
not on the Imanaga hype train.
I know. All right, my bad, Roof. What else were you saying?
No, it's all good. I was just trying to see if I could find if Imanaga is still the favorite for Rookie of the Year in the American League or the National League. Sorry. He's still a minus 125 for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not.
Who has second best odds?
Skeens. Plus 280.
That's probably where I'd be at. That's the hype train I'm on. I'm on that Skeens hype train.
The other one I leaned in this time, so I lean towards the Twins. No, I've been on the Royals this entire series. Paddock just pitches a better baseball at home. Brady Singer's just had a history of trouble in Minnesota at Target Field. I think the Royals kind of just want to get back home. So the lean towards the Twins, but I'm really not rushing to bet that one.
I'm on the Brewers. So I'm betting them big here. I'm going to lay 4.5 runs in this thing and call it a day. This series really has not been as close as the numbers would indicate. The 2 games that the Brewers won, they just absolutely dominated the Cubs. The 1 game that the Cubs won, it went to extra innings, and the Cubs won because the ball went off the pitcher, injured him, and he couldn't find the ball that was sitting right next to him. I mean, that really is what happened, and the Brewers then had to bring in a guy that was not set up for that spot, and the Cubs took advantage of it, and he wasn't even ready to throw. And that happens, but not often enough that you're going to bank on it, because that's the only way the Cubs can beat the Brewers, because their bats have gone absolutely south. They just can't. They just really are not hitting. The only runs they're scoring are garbage time, like when the game's already out of reach. They've been slaughtered in this series. Tyone's a piece of shit. He's going to get clubbed again. I'm taking the Brewers.
Tyone.
Yep, I got a new purchase to celebrate my 20 years of sobriety on the way, and this is going to pay for that shit. Going to pay for that shit. Yep. Going to pay for that shit with this. I like the A's against the Rays only on value alone. I think this is just a bad game. And they put it at 1 o'clock. Thankfully, there's other 1 o'clock games that we can watch, because this is just a bad game. I'm not really afraid of that Royals Twins game as much as Jay is.
They switched the pitcher now. Singer's not in there no more either.
Really? Who is it?
It's Lynch.
Ooh, Daniel Lynch?
Yep.
Ooh, Royals. Love
Hold
me some
on.
Daniel
Hold
Lynch.
on. It's Daniel Lynch the 4th now, by the way.
Oh. Quattro.
You look at his MLB thing, it actually says
We're just gonna call him the Quattro. I'm sorry. That's it. I'm sorry. That's his name. We're sticking to it.
Los Quattro.
The Royals go with the Quattro up against Chris Paddock.
That's how the bits are born that fast.
I like it. The Quattro's done pretty well for us, though, over the years. When did he become the Quattro, Chris? When did this?
How do you just become the Quattro? You had to have
added on. Well, a lot of the guys do it. Like they add the junior on, the NFL players, or senior.
But it's like,
senior,
wouldn't you have been that your entire life? You can't just jump in and be like, I'm a third now. All of a sudden, like your dad.
Yeah,
had to.
I mean, It's tough because like there's guys that do it. Like I mean, there's also guys that go the other way. Like Nestor Cortez just became Nestor Cortez, not Nestor Cortez Jr. anymore. We've seen
When
it
did
in
that
other-
happen?
Well, see, that's different. I could see, wanting to drop it, but you can't just add it.
There's guys, but there's other guys that have done it.
They had it. They had it. All the
Yeah.
time.
The only way I think you can just add it is if you have a son. Then you can add maybe like if you have a junior, then maybe you could be like senior. But like if you haven't your whole life been going by the third or the fourth, you can't just one day be like, today, I'm the fourth now.
It's not Lynch Quattro. That's not as fun. We're just going to refer to him as a one word, kind of like Cher Quattro.
Yeah.
Madonna, Cher, Shakira, Quattro, Rihanna, Quattro.
The artist
Quattro.
formerly known as the Quattro. He started dressing up like Russell Westbrook showing up to games.
Usher, Quattro,
Adele.
Quattro.
Quattro.
Mhm.
Buffalo.
Quattro, franchise player. The franchise.
God, if there's a Quattro, the franchise player, we're all in trouble.
You still sticking with the Royals with Quattro on the mound, Mitch?
Absolutely. I'm going to the Royals. I was going to go with the over, but I'm just going to go with the Quattro here in this particular matchup. I don't love it, because the Royals really don't play well in Minnesota, and they beat them last night. But what the hell? We'll go there. Next up, we got the Astros against the Mariners, the Red Sox against the Tigers, and the Mets against the Diamondbacks. Jay's got a conundrum there with Zach Gallen, who he will not bet on the road, up against the Mets, who he will not bet. So I'm afraid of that one too. The Mets, Diamondbacks are under my bed. Not Los Serpientes. Yes, Los Serpientes. There's a snake under my bed. What kind of snake is it? Los Serpientes. I think it's Zach Gallen. I think it's Zach Gallen in a sand uniform.
He's like, where is it? And you just see Zach Gallen just slide out from under the bed.
It's like, that's not Gallen, that's Marte. It's like, oh, I thought it was Gallen.
Corbin. Carol.
Could be. In the sand. But he's wearing those blue shoes, those light blue shoes. It's like,
Reflect, what you doing here, man?
what's the story?
I really like this time slot. I'm gonna go with
it's probably the best slot of the day.
I'm gonna go with Logan Gilbert and the Mariners. Gilbert's just had a ton of success against the Astros in the past, and Spencer Arrighetti, he's gonna be a nice piece for the Astros for the future, but he just doesn't look major league ready. They're only keeping him in because of necessity, because of injuries to this rotation, but he's got an ERA over 10 on the road. I think the Astros get to him. The Mariners get to him. Astros 0-4 and it starts on the road this season. Make it 0-5. Give me the Mariners. Give me the Tigers on the road against the Red Sox. Red Sox at home. I'm starting to learn. No bueno. Tigers have been really good against right-handed.
After that Pavetta rant over the weekend, and that was Chris was like, there's anything worse than a Pavetta rant over the weekend. It's me up next after the Pavetta rant. It's like, no.
Yeah, no. No, thank you on Nick Pavetta. I think the Tigers are just playing the better baseball. They're hitting right-handed pitching a lot better right now. And Jack Flaherty, for as much flack as we've given him this season, racking up the strikeouts and pitching pretty well, on the road in a couple of recent road starts. So give me the Tigers there. And give me the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Mets are flat out unbackable right now. Zach Gallen has been less trustworthy on the road. He's a lot better at home, but to think that there's actually a bullpen that I trust less than Arizona's is crazy, and that's where I'm at with the New York Mets. This team finds new and creative ways to lose all the time. I think with Christian Scott on the bump, it's going to be no different. Give me the Diamondbacks here.
Yeah, it's Tigers for me against Nick Pivetta. It's one of these rare. It's one of these rare situations where you've got Pivetta and Tyone pitching on the same day. All the stars are aligned. All the stars are aligned. I know I'm anti-parlay, but I'm pro-parlay today. That and Mavericks money line are just all.
Whoa. I know you dislike Pivetta, but you taking Flaherty? You hate
Flaherty. Lesser of two evils. I like Flaherty better than I like Pivetta. Pivetta's just a stiff. Flaherty at least is probably is Flaherty the major leader in strikeouts? He's got to be up there.
He's close.
You're pitching well. I've been on the Flaherty train. That's why I'm surprised. Both of y'all have been on the hating Flaherty.
Because the Tigers don't hit, so it really doesn't matter what he does. But it's like up against Nick Pivetta, everybody hits.
Fair.
Nick Pavetta's.
It's still Glass now leading strikeouts.
He probably has more games pitched.
Flaherty's 7th.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it per game or you're looking at?
No, I'm looking at total strikeouts. If we're looking at strikeouts,
because Glass now pitches those games in Korea, so he gets
strikeouts per 9 innings. Flaherty's in 2nd.
Who's first?
Only like a half strikeout behind Garrett Crochet. Crochet 12 strikeouts per 9 innings. Flaherty 11.9.
He's a bad motherfucker.
That
Crochet. BMF. It's like the Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. It's like it's like which wallet is it? It's the one that says bad motherfucker on it. It's Crochet's wallet. I like the Tigers. Astros Mariners is a real shit game. I like the over in that one. I think that Logan Gilbert is a pitch away from getting lit up, and I think that Eric Getty is actually his numbers are improving, which isn't hard, to do when you have a 7-point whatever ERA. Meanwhile, the Mets D-backs, they talk about this Scott like he's Gallen, or Verlander. It's like, so would you do this trade? Would you do that trade again, the Gallen trade? It's kind of like if you're the Marlins, it's like. I think that was an even trade, still. I still think it's an even trade.
Try to remember who they gave up for him.
Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Oh.
Straight up. Zach Gallen for Jazz Chisholm Jr. Jazz is one of the best defensive players, one of the fastest players in baseball. Yeah, when he's healthy, he's one of the best players.
Yeah.
He's an all-star when he's healthy. It's even.
I know, but we saw them play really well without him last year. Imagine if the Diamondbacks would have had Gallen in their rotation last year. Oh, shit. I mean, if the Marlins would have had Gallen in their rotation last year instead of Chisholm hurt ass. Ooh, boys might have did the damn thing.
I doubt that.
I'm just saying. If
they would have beat the Rangers, they would have beat the Rangers.
Through Lazardo with Gallen. Ooh.
The way Garcia was hitting in the postseason, no one's going to beat the Rangers.
You're right.
No one was going to beat them. The way Garcia was hitting at that time, no one was going to beat them.
Marlins play first round of Phillies. Hey, telling me they couldn't have beat them with that rotation with Gallen, Lazardo, because they ultimately only had Lazardo to throw out there because Sandy was hurt by that point. So they still had Gallen in there. They might have got them boys, man. That's all I'm saying. But it wasn't a bad trade, but I think the Diamondbacks won it. That's all I'm saying. I like Jazz. I do like Jazz. Money Marlins. They just grow pitchers over there, man.
They got it going on in the farm system.
They just grow them. All right, man. Look, I know I've been hating on my guy Gallon all year. I'm a Gallon guy, but I just be like, show me on the road, bro, because it'd be hard trying to back him sometimes. But look, when you look at Gallon on the road recently, his numbers aren't that great, but they did win the games. They did win them. And I think they're gonna win this one today too. And instead of just laying the money line minus 125, I want the plus 150 on the run line with the Diamondbacks. That's how I'm attacking this one today. So to be honest, Gallon lost his last 2 home games. He lost to the Marlins and the Tigers. The last 2 in a row were dubs against the Reds and the O's. Against the Reds on the road, he was dominant. 6 innings, 1 hit, no earned. Against Baltimore, he was solid. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned. Hey, that's what I was waiting to see from my guy Gallon before I jumped on the Gallon train on the road. I'm on my boy today. I'm on that Gallon train. And again, I'm laying the run line. The Mets, they're free falling. I don't like what I'm seeing from the Mets right now. We talked about earlier in the show how their own player called them the worst team in baseball. What that tells me, what that shows me, hey, they really free falling. There's turmoil going on in the locker room. Not a bet-on situation. Christian Scott probably finna get his ass lit up today. And the most important piece of it all, y'all know I love playing on teams after playing my Rangers. I just do. It's just something crazy about it. And just something about the teams that seem to play well after playing the Rangers. They did just lose back-to-back here in Texas, but bounce-back spot, bounce-back game for Arizona. Attack the plus money as I think they win dominantly. I'm going to take Flaherty, too, with the 2 guys. Red Sox, they're not a hard team to figure out. On the road, getting plus money, take them. At home, as a favorite, untouchable. Fade they ass. We've talked about how Flaherty has had really good numbers this season. He just hasn't had the run support, but with Pivetta on the other side, he may get that today. So, Tigers at plus money, that's where I'm going to be at. And I know Mitch took the over. I'm going to take the under in that Mariners-Astros. Them 2 teams, they're just not producing the runs right now. You just kind of look back at their last couple games, they all going under. I know Logan Gilbert and Arrighetti have, high ERAs and aren't all that good. But as a team, I feel like them 2 teams just not hitting well. This might be a higher scoring game, but still might sneak under 4-3, 4-3, 4-2, 4-1. Style game. Give me under.
The comments just picking up on the Quattro making his first appearance of the year. Quattro. The Quattro. The 4th. The 4th Lynch. Last up, just 2 games. We got the Braves and the Nationals. Ray Kerr on the mound here for the Braves. Lopez scratched. Moved into tomorrow against, one of the official pitchers of Pick Dog's morning show, JP Sears. Had to move Lopez back because they're afraid of Sears.
They're afraid of him. They better
nasty stuff. Then you got the Angels against the Yankees.
Rodon.
It's Carlos Rodon to you. The thing is that I like the Nationals in this game. I really did like them all the time. But now that they've switched pitchers, the Braves, and the line hasn't moved at all, I'm not going to have to take the Braves. It's like I got to kind of switch here and take the Braves, and I'm not betting it. But the fact that you would think that if Ray Kerr was in there instead of Ronaldo Lopez, that thing would go from like minus 190, 195 to like minus 140 against the way Williams has been pitching. I am rarely one of these line freaker outers, but it's kind of freaking me out. And, the same thing in this Angels game. I've been pretty much on the Angels plus the runs a lot, believing they'll at least keep it close. But Patrick Sandoval's just been straight garbage. I'm going to take the Yankees. Rodon's actually put it together. I'll take the Yankees to batter them all the way 3.5 runs. Jake.
I don't love these 2 games. I kind of hear what you're saying on that Braves Nationals. I just, when people do like to bet the Nationals, it's with Trevor Williams. You know, he has really good numbers. But I also think people they're not trying to fade the Braves either, you know. So doesn't surprise
Yeah,
me.
minus 195 the way they're playing without Acuna
It
Jr.
went from
It's like,
30 to minus 195. So that's
still a monster number, man.
yeah, I get it. But it's still the Braves, though. Like, you know what I mean? That's the thing for me. It's still the Braves.
Well, yesterday they put in a rookie pitcher who was minus 130 or something.
Fair. I get your point. I probably still got to roll with the Nationals there. Am I rushing to bet it? Not necessarily, but the Nationals, this is the spot realm they've lived in all season. So, you know, this is a team only 4 games below 500. They've been at this plus money all season long. You kind of just ride it and you're in a good place. It's kind of just one you got to pencil in to take the Nationals and hope they show up. Because I'm damn sure not laying minus 230 with the Braves, and I'm not taking them on the run line either. All right, here's the thing. You know what? I just talked myself into the play is actually Nationals plus the 1.5 at minus 130. I think that's probably a really good place. I think they lose this game by a single run. Now that I just sat here and thought it all the way out, I think that's the play. Looking at the numbers, you know, they want everybody on that Braves run line at that plus 110. That's where they want everybody, and that's probably where a lot of people at instead of just straight up money line on the Braves. Nationals run line plus the 1.5 for me in that game. There we go. Found something here. That Yankees is kind of out of my price range, minus 175. If you were to play it, you got to play it like Mitch did. Sandoval, he is ass. So, yeah, small lean on the Yanks.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Nationals money line. Trevor Williams still the most profitable pitcher in baseball, and it's because of getting lines like these. I mean, the Nationals 8-2 as a team in his 10 starts. They're still finding ways to win with them. I get the case to be made, you know, with the line moving and sort of just you know how that's you know how maybe it hasn't budged with the pitching change, but I still think that the Nationals could get it done here. So I'm square for taking a plus 195 underdog.
It's a public dog.
Who?
Nationals.
I don't think so. It's
I
the Braves.
I don't care about public dogs or anything like that.
It's the Braves. I don't think it's public dog. I don't.
I can twist pretty much anything Ruffalo says into turning him into a square.
Yeah, I know.
It's what I do. It's what I do for kicks.
I can't win. So
is that how you get your kicks? Yes, it is. Let's watch this. You're a Cubs fan. Hop on over to Boys Town into Ron Santo jersey.
Yeah. And the other one I'm gonna go with, I'll take the Yankees team total over. I think they tee off on Patrick Sandoval. Sandoval's been terrible at home this season. Over 5.5. I'll take it at plus 135. Yeah, I think the Yankees tune them up, and that way we avoid anything that could happen with Carlos Rodon here. But Rodon has pitched really well himself, so I'm just going to stick with the Yankees team total over.
Nice things to say about you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, go to Western Conference Finals. It's the Mavericks against the Timberwolves. Jay, are you scared of this game too? Like, because the other Minnesota game you were scared, so now you got this Minnesota game.
The 50-50 Twins. Nah, I'm not scared in this game. Honestly, I'm taking the Mavs straight up on the money line.
Your 4-2 is very much in play here.
I know everybody, and that's what everybody keep telling me. And, you know, I had a lot of people tweet at me yesterday, Jay, you better not take the Mavs tomorrow. You said Mavs in 6 the entire way through. Or you said that's at the start. And I did say that. But that was at the start before we actually seen the series play out. Look, I think the Mavs, I'm going to say the same thing I've said the entire series. I think the Mavs are the better basketball team. Watching all 4 games, I feel like the Mavs are the better basketball team. I also feel like the Mavs have the 2 best players in the series, and Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. The key in this series to me has been it's been a fairly tightly contested series. And the fourth quarter, the Mavs have the shot makers and they have the closers, and the Timberwolves do not. And ultimately, I see that's how this game plays out. It's going to be a tightly contested, come down to the wire. And I think the Mavs have the shot makers and the closers. Anthony Edwards, he's a bucket getter. He's not a shot maker. There's two totally different things. That's the biggest piece in it all. There's a big difference between a bucket getter and a shot maker. We've seen multiple times late fourth quarter, Anthony Edwards has threw the ball away, had to pass out of shots, could not create his own shot to get his team the win. Karl Anthony Towns hit a couple shots that last game. Look me in the camera and tell me you trust Karl Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter to continue to do that. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't trust that. So ultimately, tightly contested game, plus 165 with the Mavs, who are the best road team in the NBA. Best road team in the NBA. Remember, we've seen the Mavs in the first round lose game 4 to the Clippers. What they do? Game 5 went to LA, got a dub. We've seen the Mavs lose game 4 to the Oklahoma City Thunder at home at the crib. What they do? Game 5 went on the road, got a dub. I think the same thing holds here, man. I think the Mavs get a dub here in game 5 on the road where they've gone stupid, dummy, crazy all season. And you're going to give me plus 165 with the better team, with the more experience, with the closers? Sign me up.
Mavericks easy. I don't even understand. I don't even see the other side here. Chris?
Yeah, I'm taking the Mavs as well. I'm going to split between the points and the money line. I think the Mavs win this game just in case it ends up being another close one. One of the points in my back pocket as well. So give me the Mavs all day.
Mavs money line for me. I don't see any other way around it. I don't even understand the other side. Why? Because Karl Anthony Towns had one reasonable game. He had one reasonable game, 9 to 13 from the floor, 4 or 5 from beyond the arc. But outside of that, he's had a horrible series.
I try to find that other side. That other side, they're going to tell you, well, we saw them lose back-to-back to Denver, come home and respond and at home. That's what they're going to say. And there's some validity to that, but I gave you what the Mavs have done in the bounce-back spot on the road too. So we'll see.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Just some of them are more stupid than others. And I'm going to take the Mavericks. I don't even understand how you could go with the Timberwolves in this game. It doesn't even make any sense. I think the Mavs, like as an underdog and like in Minnesota, it's like I think they won 30 in a row like that or something.
Derek Lively, he's still questionable game time decision tonight. I saw somebody ask that. I need him. I hope he plays. I don't want to see Pal out there on the floor no more. Sorry, Pal.
We go to NHL. Chris, anything you got to say about this?
NHL playoffs have been on fire, man. They've been on fire. Both series 2-2.
Yeah. What's got me here? Rangers money line at home dog. I said this was going to be a best of 3 coming back after game 4. And we're still getting plus money with the Rangers, who've been one of the best home teams in the NHL this season. I also lean towards the under 5.5, maybe for the game to go to overtime as well once again. But I'm going to take the Rangers and the plus money in this one.
Okay. Dick.
Mitch.
Panthers. Chris is Dick. Dick move. Been taking the Oilers while you're not here too.
I think I like that overtime actually a lot more now that I'm looking at it.
No, we don't care what you have to say. We muted you.
Plus 300
Rangers pick. After that Rangers pick, you're on mute.
Old logo. New logo, man. I'm on the Panthers. I think the Panthers ultimately win the series. I think the Panthers are the better team. I know this has been a tight series. I know it, and I get it. Plus money with the Rangers at home, I get it. But in my mind, there's a reason they're a dog at home. Panthers in 6.
It's not to make Ruffalo look smart, that's for sure.
Dub tonight, and they close them out.
I don't know how we get to the Panthers being the better team, but okay.
Well, they went to the finals last year, and then they're
and I mean, but that's last year. That's why they're favored on the road here, is because of the expectation. They went on the road last year and went to the Stanley Cup final, but that's this year now. The Rangers, I think it's from a talent perspective are the better team.
You picked your teams in Cancun.
Yeah, I know, and I'm. It doesn't surprise me that my team is in Cancun. They had a tea time.
All right. Enough of this nonsense. Parlay time.
Let's go with. Let's see here. Let's go with the Diamondbacks, the over in Cubs-Brewers. Let's go a little crazy with it for the Rangers and Panthers to go to overtime.
Jay.
Payout on that route. That parlay. I'm gonna go. Here we go. Give me Flaherty and the Tigers. Give me the Cubbies. And give me the Panthers. Hockey. 3 times.
Gotta love Cesar's parlay, considering the Giants aren't even playing today. I'm gonna go with the so it's gonna turn into a 2-teamer, but I like the Panthers, the Mavericks, and I go Panthers, Mavericks, and the Royals.
The one leg got voided.
It's voided.
I didn't even
Thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll see you tomorrow. Friday was with Costi. Costi will make his return. He's missed a bunch of shows at this point. It's almost forgot what it's like when Costi's here. But 6 of those Sanchez will be going, so he'll stir the pot a little bit.